Today we're talking about Bodies, 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 an A24 horror comedy. A24 has been pumping out so many movies this year. It feels like this has to be the 6th or 7th movie of 2022 by A24 already. It follows a group of friends who partake in a game called Bodies, Bodies, Bodies during a hurricane party, but as the game starts, contestants actually begin to die and questions are raised about who the killer is. I remember the first time I saw the trailer for this movie, my friend and I were seeing Men, I think, and he said to me, looks like just another typical Pete Davidson indie movie. And he's not wrong. It is a Pete Davidson indie movie, but it's not the most typical. Though originally I had zero intentions to see Bodies, 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 but my roommate thought it looked good, so he convinced me. We went to the theater and watched it the other night, and this turned out to be a solid A24 movie. What I liked a lot about Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is how I didn't really know what this movie was about. The trailer didn't give much away. By watching that, you'd think this would be a Pete Davidson-led comedy movie that's also a slasher, and to a point it is. But the film never reveals what its plot is until the third act. It mostly keeps the plot under wraps until then. So I had no idea where the movie was headed for 2/3 of its runtime, which is a great thing. And what's so cool about this movie is how the first act is comedy oriented. You don't expect things to change much from there, but then the next 2/3 completely shift into this suspenseful, dark, teen drama. It's well directed. A couple of scenes were very suspenseful. A lot of this movie decides to keep the noise to a minimum when the characters are moving throughout the house by themselves. It's also very dark because they're playing this game during a thunderstorm and the power goes out. So sometimes the characters are wandering around the house, but you have no idea where they are or if anybody is next to them, behind them. The movie can be extremely intense because you don't know who's safe from death at any time. But what astonished me most about Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is how the film is not as much of a murder mystery as you think it is, especially towards the second and third acts. It's definitely more of a teen drama, and you soon begin to realize this through riveting dialogue and well-developed characters. It kind of reminded me of a darker version of The Breakfast Club, considering how much these characters vented to and about each other. It's an interesting commentary on Generation Z. Sadly, that is also my generation. I do not associate with any of the people in this movie. I promise I'm not crazy like them. I'm not always attached to my phone, and I'm not obsessed with social media and self-image like the characters are in this film. I say that, and yet here I am filming a YouTube video. And for a murder mystery film, the twist was unique. I have to give them credit. Even though I predicted the twist, which upset me, I was disappointed. I finally predicted a twist after all these years of seeing murder mysteries and slasher films. I can never predict a twist, but this time around I got it, and it was a great twist, but a twist I saw coming, which disappointed me, but it's unique for a horror comedy twist. I thought it'd be really cool if they went down that direction, and that's exactly what they did. But of course I have problems with the movie, my biggest one being the characters suck. There's not a single character in this movie I like or root for. There's one girl who's foreign that you're supposed to like, but then she does a couple of things that I questioned, and she's no longer this moral, virtuous character that you can get behind. She's now an enemy too, and you don't like her either. You wouldn't care watching this movie if any of the characters died. And that's the worst part about it. The audience character, the one who's supposed to be on the same side as you, is also terrible and just as evil as every other character in the film. So nobody in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies is a likable character. I don't relate to any of these people. They're all pretty bad. Not to mention that a couple of the characters make very dumb decisions. They come to conclusions so fast without even thinking. Part of me was like, how did you think that was the best way to go about solving this situation? Characters are so stupid in Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. It's the characters that I have issues with. Sure, they are well developed, but there is not a single person I want to root for because not only are they pathetic, terrible people, but nobody in this movie makes a smart decision in a horror movie. So is Bodies, Bodies, Bodies the best A24 movie that's gonna blow you away? No, there's probably 15 to 20 I could think of off the top of my head right now that I can say are surely better than this film, but that doesn't mean this isn't worth your time watching. I enjoyed myself. It has well-developed characters, it has a couple of very suspenseful scenes, it's well-directed, and mostly well-acted with a unique twist. I am giving Bodies, Bodies, Bodies a 70%. Okay, those of you who also saw Bodies, 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 let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are of it. Do you think this is a great A24 movie? Is it up there with some of the best of the year or not? And of course, as always, if you are new to my channel, click the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.